Mitch McConnell's crying foul as two judges so far that had previously announced their retirement plans have decided to rescind their retirement plans. One was an Obama-era appointee, one was a Clinton appointee, both appointed by Democrats, obviously. And now Mitch McConnell's saying it's partisan. It's very clear that they're putting their finger on the scale and they don't want the incoming administration to replace them. Well, you know what, Mitch McConnell? I don't care. I don't care what you think about these judges and their decision not to retire and stay on the bench for 4 more years because they don't want Donald Trump to replace them. And why don't I care? Because you put your finger on the scale when you were Senate Majority Leader and said February was too close to an election to replace Anton Scalia when he died, when then President Barack Obama appointed Merrick Garland to the bench. You sat on it. You did nothing. You said February's too close. And you put your finger on the scale as far as who was going to be on the Supreme Court, hoping that Donald Trump would win the 2016 election. Guess what? Trump won. And then you push a pick through. Well, then fast forward to 2020 when Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies. And instead of saying, well, you know, September, October is too close to the election. We said February was too close. This is clearly too close. We're not going to do anything, and we're going to leave it up to the voters to decide who they want as president because, you know, the election's already underway. You said no, and in a record-breaking amount of time, you pushed through Amy Coney Barrett. So, Mitch McConnell, I don't want to hear it. You are a hypocrite. You're only mad because those seats aren't going to get filled by your guy. If it was the other way around, you wouldn't say a damn thing. If it was Republicans staying in office to keep a Democrat from replacing them, you'd be cheering it. You'd think it was great. But no, you want to look for recusal options and what they can do to force these judges off the bench or off of certain cases, etc., because you're mad that your guy is not going to get the pick. When you have purposely held up judicial nominations and other nominations to play politics. How many pieces of legislation ended up on your desk to die because you said you wanted to make sure Barack Obama was a one-term president? You know. So Mitch McConnell, I don't care that you're mad. I don't care that you're calling foul. Those judges made the decision to not retire ahead of when their retirement was supposed to be. And they're appointed for life. So you can't really touch them. Sure, maybe it might be unprecedented that, you know, judges typically don't unretire or say they're not stepping aside, things like that. But just because they don't normally do it doesn't mean they can't. And coming from somebody who has already put his hand on the scale multiple times himself, as far as how the judiciary works and who's going to be on the bench, you have no room to talk.